Hey everyone, Dollistic here, and today we are doing a thoughts and opinions video on the new Monster High Creature from the Black Lagoon doll. It will be coming out later today at noon for non-Fang Club members, and Fang Club members had early access yesterday. This isn't like a doll news thing. It's just I really wanted to talk about her because I think she's really cool. And she's one of the Skullectors that I actually want to try to get. So, yeah, I wanted to talk about her a little bit. And if you hear anything in the background, there is some construction going on. So, I'm so sorry if you hear like breaking or banging or, whatever there may be. But yeah, so let's get right into it. So, I'm going to use the stock pictures from Mattel Creations, and I think I used some of the Instagram pictures here and there, but I think they're mostly stock photos. So here's this first one. It is the doll in her full glory and the stand to her left. Now I go feral for a special stand. Like if a stand matches a doll, I go bonkers, bananas. Okay? If you watch American Dad, you know when Steve goes bananas, I do that. Okay? When I see a custom signature stand for a doll, I love it. So I super love this stand. The water effect with the sort of like light blue kelpie looking thing, and then the green sort of like swamp water clip that comes up. It looks so cool. The sculpting looks immaculate. And yeah, I love it. Even looks like there are bubbles trapped in the plastic. I'm curious if that's a like photo effect or if it's going to actually be like that. But anyway, okay, and then onto the doll. So as a whole, I love her. I'm just gonna start with that. I love her. I think she is so cool looking. There are definitely some valid criticisms of her, but I'm just gonna talk about what I think, and then I'll get into like other people's criticisms at the end. But like for now, I love her. Like head to toe, I just think she is so cool. Yes, there is room for improvement, obviously, in everything, but I think she's a really, really good interpretation of the character, especially since they are like determined to make all of the Universal monsters, at least all the ones they can, into girls, which is totally fine. But I would have loved to see like a big sculptural boy doll. I don't think it would have sold very well, mind you, but like, yeah, it's cool to see the sculpted pieces on here, and I do have close up photos. So let's start with the close up of her face. Oh my god. So yeah, let's start with a close up of her face. So obviously she is an amphibious creature. I think the creature from the Black Lagoon would technically be amphibious because it can come onto land. So this is a totally new head sculpt, which I love. It looks so cool. The sculpting, the scale sculpting on the nose, the detail, the sculpted detailing above her eyebrows, which is very faint in this picture, but I hope you can see it well. The gills on the side of her head, even the sort of mean looking lip sculpt is so cool. I think this is incredibly well done. The gills are amazing. I think this is a perfect way of blending how the original monster looked with the Monster High aesthetic, because obviously they're not going to go super, super monstery with the G1 aesthetic. I think if this were G3, she may have more monsterific design, but I like it. I like the melding of the two into this sort of mixed creature. Now, mind you, it does look a little snaky to me. Like, she looks a little reptilian versus amphibious, like aquatic-y, but the gills definitely give it the aquatic feel. I'm not really sure what they could have done to make it more aquatic, but she looks really cool. I love the eyes. The colors they went with are great. That sort of like orange and brown with the green. Very cool. And then the orangey eyeshadow, very fun. And the bright red lip. I've seen a lot of people be upset about the bright lip, but in some of the original artwork of the creature from the Black Lagoon, for the movie from, what was it, the 50s, like he does have red lips for some reason. I've never quite understood that because fish don't really do that most of the time, but I think it's a cool feature. I like that they tied it in here. The webbing and the makeup is really cool. I hope she looks as good in person. Like all of that webbing between her eyelashes. Look at that. That is so neat. And the mean eyebrows, the mean lip paint. It's so cool. I love her. The sculpted headdress is really cool. Again, giving that sort of kelpie look. I don't like the golden anchor. It very much is it has so much contrast to it that I don't think it really adds anything. A different color would have worked better. Maybe going with sort of like a brassy orangey color, like with her eyeshadow. I like the blend of her hair. The multiple greens that they've chosen give a nice depth to the hair. Of course, the hairstyle is kind of boring. I think it's just in a ponytail behind there. I've got a picture from behind later, but for now. The webbed hands, oh my god. I think they might be one of my favorite parts. Like webbed, scaly, clawed hands, amazing. I wish Monster High would do that more often. Like, I hate that this is probably the only time this sculpt is ever going to be used because I love when sea monsters, sea creatures, just aquatic monsters like Lagoon or whatever, when they have webbed hands. Because that makes sense. They're swimming through the water. Webbed hands make that a lot easier. The sculpted arm pieces are really incredible. Those absolutely look like the original Creature from the Black Lagoon design. The like sort of layered hard scales with, of course, the fins coming off. And then this neck and bodice piece. The molding is really nice. You can see it's got some great texturing to it. Again, wish there was some sort of shading or highlighting just to bring out those details, but it looks really cool. The tool, usually I'm not a fan of just like random tool, but I think it works for her, like coming out as fins or even like a water spray effect because there are, many aquatic creatures who can spray water as a like defense mechanism. And her cloth piece being a swimsuit, I know is another point of contention, but I think it adds a nice color contrast. It matches her hair very well, and it matches the original color of the Creature from the Black Lagoon well. It provides that sort of scaled effect. Now, would I have liked her body to have been sculpted like this and all of this just to be like added on top of it, sort of like armor? Yes. But don't think that would have like I don't think that would have come across very well to consumers. Like I don't think they would have liked that if there's not like cloth pieces. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's cool though. Look at the sculpted details on those hands. Oh my god. You can literally see like the plated scales coming up onto her hands too. The elongated fingers, the claws. Oh, it looks so good. Like I'm sorry, it's so good. And then she has this long tool train coming off the back of her outfit. I'm very pleased with this look. And then a close up of her shoes. So I have seen people point out that it was weird that instead of just sculpting the feet like this, they made them boots. And I'm kind of on that train too. I do wish she had just come with these really cool big webbed feet. But I guess they decided that wasn't the move, so they wanted to do it as shoes instead, which is cool. Like, they look really, really neat. And you can see, like, look at the plated scaling again, coming all the way down onto the foot, down to the toes, and like the painted gold toenails. That's hilarious. The heel being a harpoon with a rope. So funny. Is the Creature from the Black Lagoon killed with a harpoon? I haven't actually seen the original movie. I just know, like, the creature. I've never seen the movie. Maybe I should watch it. But, like, these boots are incredible. The boots were the first thing that Monster High showed on their Instagram page. And I was like, oh, I'm going to need this doll. Like, hands down, I'm going to have this doll because those shoes are ridiculously good. And then here's a shot of her being held up by her stand. So this is a really unique stand where the doll is actually held up by her thigh to look like she's swimming. This is the shit that I've been wanting from the Skullector dolls. Special things to come with the dolls because they really don't. Like, Annabelle, how cool would it have been if she had come with a chair as her stand? Like a clip that you could put around her waist so she sat in the chair perfectly. Like, how cool would that have been? Oh, And so many other ways the other dolls could have been done, and they just like haven't. But this is what I wanted. Oh, she looks so good. And then here's a full shot of her being held up by it. I can't wait. I really hope I get this doll because I want to be able to have this on my shelf, you know? Oh, she looks so cool. She looks so cool. I don't know. Sorry. And then here's a shot of her from the back. You can see the tool train coming off of her. I like it. It's cool. And you can see her hair is pulled back into just a, like, sort of low pony. Or not even low. It's just sort of like mid-head. But also, look at the sculpted detailing on those gills. So cool. Okay, and we're going to take a look at her box before we end things. So here on the front, you can see it's a picture of her sort of just floating. Very pretty. It has the logo creature from the Black Lagoon. Very cool. It looks like this box is going to slide apart. There's like a seam down the middle. I'm curious about that. It's interesting. And then the back is a picture of her claw coming out of a porthole, I think. And then you can see the skullet in the water. This is such a cool piece. Oh my god. It's so cool. And she is packaged like this in the box where she is swimming. Very cool. Now that I've pretty much exhausted everything I've like had preliminarily to say about her, I do want to talk about some of the criticisms. So starting off, obviously the price, as always, is going to be criticized. She is $65. Plus, if you have the Fang Club, there's that like extra $10 on top of that for early access to get her. I am never going to say that the Skullectors are worth their price because I genuinely don't think they are. But I do think that she is a strong case for it being at least near worth the price. I don't think this doll should have been more than $45. But seeing all the new sculpting that they did with her, this new hands, the new head, the new boots, like the armor piece, the head piece, the new stand, I think all of that would justify a higher price point than, say, a normal retail doll. But 65 is excessive. And it's a lot to ask, you know, because that 65 isn't even including shipping and handling or the tax. So realistically, it's probably going to be closer to 80. And that's just insane, you know? I've also seen a lot of people upset that she is the green that she is because she's like a very saturated, bright green. And the creature from the Black Lagoon isn't. It's more of a desaturated green. It's actually closer to the like swampy green that you see on her swimsuit. And I've seen some edits of people turning her darker green, and I think she does look good, but she does become sort of muddy if you aren't highlighting her properly. And I genuinely think if they had made her that darker green, they wouldn't have highlighted her properly. And then so many of her details would be lost. Like, we already lose quite a few by not having painted, like, highlights and lowlights to, like, bring out this. We already lose a lot of the sculpted details by not having highlighting, by not having shadowing. So I don't want to lose that. Hold on a minute. Does she have little... Oh my goodness. Why can you not see that in the... It looks like she has these like scale patterns under her eyes. Hold on. Oh my gosh. You can barely see them in this picture of her face. But like the lower outer corners of her eyes, you can see the like the raised scales. Okay. Love her more. Amazing. That's obviously the controversy. I think this is one of the better Skullector dolls that they've put out. There's been a lot of crappy ones, let's be real. Even the ones that I've wanted, I can admit have been not good. Like the Annabelle one, because I'm obsessed with the Controverse. The Annabelle movies are amazing. I know that doll was garbage. Like, let's be for real. That doll was garbage and not even remotely worth the money they were asking. The Jackie and Tiffany 2-pack, I wanted that so bad, but like, again, be for real. Not even remotely close to worth their price. And so many of them have been that. Like, just not even near worth their price. I think Creature is closer to being worth, but not completely. You know, like a completely new custom stand does make it more worth it to me, you know? Okay, well, those are my thoughts on the Creature from the Black Lagoon doll. Like I said, she is going to be released later today at noon on Mattel Creations. If you're interested in getting her, go for it. I'm going to be trying to get her. I actually think I'm going to try to get two. My credit card is going to be pissed at me. But thank you so much for watching. I know this is a different video than I usually make. I just really wanted to talk about her because she's the talk of the town right now. So why not put out a video on the day she's being released, you know? And if I get her, you'll find out if I do a unboxing or not. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe to all the YouTube things. Do none of them. Just happy you're interacting with my content at all. But if you do, it helps with my channel. And I will love you. And we can go underwater into the lagoon. And what do they do in the lagoon? I don't know, but we have to find out. So, you know, do your stuff. I put out new videos every Monday and Friday for the most part. So I will see you in the next one. I hope you all have a great day. Bye.